that safety now is what you get single high safety. Literally, they got, for whatever reason, anxious want to throw. And that bad and take and W. Sue looked like the W. Sue his first couple of years in Detroit. He started collapsing the pocket. They let those two inside linebackers go. At the line of scrimmage, knowing.
Attention, shit talkers, YouTubers, my fellow assholes around the world. Welcome to Shit Talkers 2.0 Evening News. Your host, Chad the Chad. Here tonight. So, what I tell you? What I tell you? All my predictions about the Super Bowl was correct. The Bucks would win. How much I was correct on all of that. I believe I'm fucking lagging. Yep. Well, going live ain't gonna work. I'm having an equipment malfunction. Yep. Break down the communications. Somebody sent in a computer tech. My computer is broken and it won't let me go live. It's lagging or something's happening. It's been jumping from 1:35 seconds to damn 2 minutes now. My computer is junk. Sorry, guys. I apologize. My computer sucks. My lighting sucks. All of it sucks. The production here at Shit Talkers 2.0 News needs to be upgraded with a brand new computer, but right now we're just going to get by with what we got. And what we have is a crying LeBron James destroying the NBA. Crying LeBron is destroying the NBA. Anybody? No, I didn't think so. Hell, I just found out my favorite player was on the Wizards the other day. Russell Westbrook went to the Wizards. I didn't even fucking know that. So I'm saying go Nets, by God. Nets all the way. Go KD. Go Kyrie. And go Fat Harden. Unless he's not fat no more. He sure as hell was fat when he said, I want out of, when he wanted out of Houston, he ate his way out of Houston. He ate everything in Houston. That fucker weighed 400 pounds when he left there. And they finally had to trade him because he's fucking fat as fuck. He is healthy Harden then. He wasn't healthy, motherfucker. If you got any questions, just let me know. If there's anybody in the peanut gallery. All right. It's going to be exciting, guys. This is what we've been waiting for. Oh, no. Let's see if it works. Guys. This is what we've been waiting for. Oh, no. Okay, let's see if I'm lagging. Let's see if it works, guys. This is what we've been waiting for. Damn, it's dark on TV. Okay, let's see if I'm lagging. Let's see if it's on. Let's go back out there. Hey, that gives me better lighting. Pat McAfee reacts to Tom Brady saying he was disrespected. Ooh, let's get into some Pat McAfee shit. I like Pat McAfee.
The Dynasty, written by Jeff Benedict. This is going to be awesome to kind of unravel. Now, obviously,
the Dynasty. Brady starting the second Dynasty.
We're the only sports network that was not given a copy of this to read before it came out.
So I'm going to take my Cowboys to knock them out, knock his new Dynasty off.
Who got the preview of the book,
in what they've been putting out. Now, remember, I am a human who has never read a book in my life, ever. That is not just you can get it, hoopla. Satirical?
Hyperbole.
Hyperbolic. Yeah, you get it. And by the way, if I had, probably know that word quicker. But I literally have never read a book. But this is one where I'm
never read a book? Come on, Pat McAfee. You're from West Virginia. West by God, Virginia. Well, you're not from here. You played college football.
That parody is king. It just, they completely flipped that on its head. And everybody, all the quotes that have been coming out have been about the end of the relationship. It all starts kind of unraveling on what we thought we knew about behind the scenes between Belichick and Brady, but what's actually being said and released was, no, they're kumbaya, it's just time to start new stuff. We respect each other, we appreciate each other. Turns out that was not the case, as we all expected. And if the quotes coming out are 100% accurate, which we have no idea how they're getting them, Gisele Bundchen might sell the book here. Probably.
Yeah, selling is
obviously Tom Brady's wife.
Gisele.
Tom Brady talked about
the relationship with
long
ass legs.
About how they almost got divorced a couple years ago. Like, they are a team, those two. And we've heard the quotes publicly where Gisele said, well, he can't throw and catch the ball immediately after Super Bowl. That blew up because he felt like you're throwing Wes Welker, I think it was. Wes Welker under the bus or whatever. So Gisele
missed that pass. He should have called it. I know it was a little high.
And now we're getting more and
But
more.
you still got his hands on it. You get your hands on it. You should catch it.
That she pointed out
Straight
that
up.
Belichick treated Brady, and this is the one. Like fucking Johnny Foster. It was bad enough to never voice approval. It was bullshit to still be dressing down the most accomplished quarterback in league history during team meetings and treating his personal trainer and best friend like some kind of outcast. When the conversation shifted to the future, Brady and Bundchen indicated it was time for them to make some changes that were best interests of their family. Among other things, they were contemplating a change of scenery. Kraft wasn't surprised by their feelings towards Belichick. He had, however, expected to hear that Brady and Bundchen wanted to leave. Great writing there by Jeff Benedict. Incredible quote by Gisele. I love the Gisele. It's alleged this thing, the way the people who have read the book
telling a real deal breakup between Brady and Belichick.
Is that Kraft invited them over for a conversation. There's like 6 different conversations that Kraft set up between Belichick, himself, and Brady. They sat. One guy sat on a chair on this side. Tom Brady sat on a couch to his left. Kraft illustrated how much they both mean to him. Then they talked and said they respected each other, but it was obvious there was still distance. So then Kraft had to work a conversation with Tom Brady and Gisele, and then he was trying to work a conversation with Belichick, and then Belichick and Brady had a conversation, and they just realized it wasn't going to work. But I guess in the conversation,
when Belichick and Brady had a conversation, they realized it wasn't going to work. And
I don't know.
I believe I would have said bye-bye, Belichick, and kept Brady. Got me another 3 or 4 Super Bowls out of the deal.
Imagine Kraft saying that to the author, or did Gisele say that she said that, or did Tom? Like, how are they getting these quotes? So you always have to be like, is this bullshit or not? But I like that Gisele was like, because everybody else has a major way. Everybody gets treated the same. Team meetings, Tom Brady will be yelled at. And that's like kind of been propped up for a long time. And Gisele and Tom at home are like, I'm not about fucking.
Yeah, we're done here.
Johnny Foxborough, what a great nickname. And now he's Tampa Bay, obviously. But Johnny Foxborough was fed up with the way he was being treated. It wasn't just him, it was his whole family. Allegedly, according to this book, if their sources are accurate. And who are their sources? They say Kraft.
Yeah, Kraft, chief executives, Wives, William McGinnis, Brewski, Belichick, I believe, is on the list. I think Brady's on the list. Yeah, it's Robert Kraft, Jonathan Kraft, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, Drew Bledsoe.
All right, guys, don't go nowhere. I'm going to give me a soda.
Roger Goodell, Teddy Bruschi, Mark Kowski, Mitchell Ford, Drew Bledsoe.
Hey, remember when he got slaughtered? This what they started. He started this. Drew Bledsoe. I would like to know his thoughts on it. He seems like a super cool guy, super chill guy. But it does go back to the beginning. But the only quotes we're hearing right now is about the end, because it's the most dramatic, controversial, and all that. So everything.
Better yet, for this stream, we're going with the coffee so we can get more intense here. Bring up the energy level.
He thought he was pampered so much, so he thought he had to leave.
Yeah, so you're a fucking idiot. His wife is here sneaking his ass. But how often is it that wives go and meet with owners and the quarterback? Kraft called for it. I mean, Kraft called for the meeting. The quotes that I read.
This stream brought to you by Iced Coffee.
He was trying. You got to remember at this point, Kraft
Starbucks.
recruit He's trying to like, how do we make you happy? He's like Dr. Phil. How do we make you
Sponsoring the
happy?
show.
How do we make you happy?
Make sure you go out and get your Starbucks today and get your white privilege.
It sounds like all that was happening. So I would assume Giselle was a part of the business decisions in that house.
Can't be a part of eating your own house.
Whoa, that's what I'm saying.
Whoa.
That's despicable that your mind even goes there to think of Fox. But no, not at all. But she's not on the team. Okay, she doesn't wear a New England uniform.
She's on
Oh, she's on the team.
TV12 team.
She's on the TV. Yeah, she's on the team. She's married to Brady. She's on the team. If one of the fucking wide receivers was talking shit about her, that wide receiver would be gone. Lineman, anybody be talking shit about Giselle, they'd be gone. Brady is the team. He is the system. He proved it.
You're gonna have to dig your feet in and all this.
I'm on the public side.
Whoa. The public of Boston or the public of everyone?
The public of football. I mean, in what world does this happen where someone has someone in their ear? Well, you deserve better.
All the time with Joe Biden, he got somebody in his ear. He's walking by two Marines the other day. And they said in his ear, said, salute the Marines. And he walked by and he looked at him and said, salute the Marines. I believe Obama's in his ear 24/7. His earpiece, trying to talk for him.
A guy who's the greatest quarterback of all time in everybody's eyes, basically, and he's getting treated like a rookie still. That doesn't happen. So, like that is in what world that can go on both sides of the thing. Like it would be awesome to see Peyton Manning get treated the way that Tom Brady did.
Yeah.
Just see how it goes. Just see how it goes. I don't know how many quarterbacks who've been successful would have handled it for 20 years or whatever. But that's because he was.
Just imagine if Romo was there.
So kind of always had that chip on his shoulder. You could see how because
Romo, if he was in those systems,
they went on little getaways. Just
he'd won
like talking football.
12 Super
This has all
Bowls.
been documented. That NFL top 100.
The ringless goat, Tony Romo. No, he's the ringless goat. I'm like, hell no. And we're going to talk about GOAT. We're going to talk about all the intangibles. And that includes the commentary and how he sucks on how fucking Marino sucks at commentary and Tony Romo's a GOAT at commentary. They had about the exact same football careers, so let's go ahead and give the commentary by far to Romo. So Romo is the ringless GOAT.
I don't think you do.
Plus he's beating in golf.
I would just assume that happened. And then Tom Brady probably talked to other people. It's like, is this normal? And then Tom Brady, and they're like, no. And then Tom Brady's like, are we kidding me here? Like this, but there was a lot of success in it. So like, you can't really bash it, but you can see both sides of this whole thing. Why Tom and Giselle would be pissed. And also, if you're a Patriots fan, it's like, oh yeah, you win though, and now you're bitching about it. It's like, well, I mean, I'm an adult. I'm 40 years old now. You can talk to me as if I am.
Yeah, Montana, I believe he also said something.
Oh yeah, Montana came out and just. I was talking to Tom about conversation.
Yep, guys. I guess all my videos now is going to be hating on LeBron.
I mean, for sure.
No more football, so we're going to be hating on LeBron and hating on Biden's administration and Biden's potato.
That well? Really?
I mean, no, nobody's on the caliber of Bill Belichick in football. I mean, that's the same thing as Tom Brady. Like, nobody's been on the caliber of Tom. But now we will find out. Was it because Tom was because of Bill? Because they gone their separate ways. Tom's assembled his soldiers. Okay, here we go. I'm going down to BA, offensive guru, quarterback whisperer. I'm bringing my guys.
Oh, McAfee killing Belichick.
Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. Spray, wipe, rinse. Dawn Power Wash.
Tom Brady is a Tampa Bay Buck. I cannot still to this moment wrap my mind around it.
I think it elevates Tampa's chances exponentially to at least make the playoffs.
He's 43 years old, but he's not a.
I called it. You guys heard me call it all year.
It could be his next game he played. It could be
I
a year
even
from
told
now,
you there's going to be
but
big
he is going to
Bucks
solve
versus Chiefs.
Toss to Godwin. He's got the first down, and this game's over. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady are going to Super Bowl 55. The Super Bowl 55 matchup has been set, and representing the NFC is a very familiar face. The word GOAT is thrown around a lot.
And if you had watched my videos, you'd already know they are fucking beatable.
You will be a starting quarterback in the Super Bowl for an impressive.
We got Tucker on Biden immigration policy designed to punish Americans. Oh, man. I don't know about handling all that shit or not. How Democrats promote violence and how Democrats promote weird ideas and notions. Fury with shocking proof over Biden file. Biden again claims he was shot at.
Welcome to this pro-Trump conservative show. Yes, I like Donald Trump.
Yeah, I do too. We like America.
For his style. There, I said it. I'm straight with you.
There, I said it. I'm straight with you.
Government are not straight with their audience, with the people they serve. And I quite frankly don't understand it, but it is definitely happening. So, one prime example is the memorial for Officer Sicknick. And what happened to Officer Sicknick first? We talked a little bit about this last night. The memorial, nearly a month after he died, a lot of us believe that this was stretched out on purpose to bring it as close as possible to the impeachment trial that starts next week, to give it an extra emotional charge. Also this, how did Officer Sicknick die? Well, I believe, you probably believe, that he was hit in the head with a fire extinguisher. Now there's information that, well, that might not be true at all. I want to go to CNN. Yeah, CNN. In fact, Mark Levin.
That's what they said. They said he got hit and hit the fire extinguisher.
Earlier this week, tucked away, linked, you might have missed it. Investigators struggled to build murder case in the death of U.S. Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick.
This guy was doing with the heart problems.
Investigators are struggling to build a federal murder case regarding fallen U.S. Capitol Police Sicknick, vexed by a lack of evidence that could prove someone caused his death.
Hell, his name's Sicknick. He's already sick.
It goes on. Authorities have reviewed video and photographs that show Sicknick engaging with rioters amid the siege, but have yet to identify a moment in which he suffered his fatal injuries, law enforcement officials familiar with the matter said. Also, to date, little information has been shared publicly about the circumstances of the death of the 13-year veteran of the police force, including any findings from an autopsy that was conducted by DC's medical examiner. Finally, this for us, one possibility being considered by investigators is that Sicknick became ill after interacting with a chemical irritant like pepper spray or bear spray that was deployed in the crowd. Now, let's be very clear. Officer Sicknick was a hero. He died a hero.
He died Sicknick
in the line of duty. But we were told one thing about the manner of his death that may not be true. Also, you probably haven't heard this. It was reported by the New York Post, but again, very scant attention. Let's take a look, please. According to the New York Post, an opinion piece, what the left wants to ignore about slain Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick. Sicknick was a Trump supporter himself. Far from sharing the views of the resistance, he had written letters to his congressman opposing Trump's impeachment. Isn't that wild? Isn't that something? Isn't that interesting?
He's a Trump supporter cop that got killed.
Because it does not comport to the narrative they want to drive home. Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell, they get to continue with their agenda, which now is so obvious to everybody, has nothing to do with the business of the people, and each seem to be exploiting the death of officers, exploiting the events of January 6th. Both a serious problem with Donald Trump. Donald Trump, of course. What happened on January 6th was awful. We deserve the truth, don't we?
Yep.
And this event should not be made worse. Distortions, lies, and omissions. And speaking of distortions, lies, and omissions, well, I think we do need to talk about Jen Psaki, press secretary.
Jen Psaki, circle back to your Psaki. No, she don't know shit.
It's the plane of today. I'll circle back with you if there's more to convey.
Circle back.
I'll have to just circle back with you. We can
She's
circle back.
I can circle back,
girl. I can circle back Well,
Going
this is
around,
February
coming about
27th.
like that.
It's an interesting
She
question,
is
but,
a
but we'll circle
Jim
back to the today.
Psaki is a Saki.
Okay, she's
He's
not
a
that good.
circle
Not
back
impressing too many
girl.
people. You
Jim
can
Psaki's a
impress, believe me.
circle back girl.
But how about this? Just a few months ago, while she was working for Joe Biden, she tweeted something that was awful and, quite frankly, homophobic. Now,
Only in 2020 does
Only
Lady
in
Gaga
2020
get
does
punched.
Lady
Bunch
G
of debunked
get to
conspiracy
push a
theories
bunch
while
of
questioning
debunked
that Sally
conspiracy theories
Hurts,
while questioning
aka
Sally
American Hero.
Yates. No, not talking about Lady Gaga. That is apparently a Beltway nickname for one United States senator, and there have been rumors about that senator's sexuality for a
Lindsey
long
Graham?
time. Straight, gay. By the way, in this day and age, quite frankly, who cares? It has no bearing on anything.
Well, hell
But
no.
Jen Psaki, as a 40-plus-year-old woman working for Joe Biden, thought she'd have
Fucking
fun with this
ginger
as
is
recently
big
as August. This is not some stunt she pulled as a college sophomore like that CNN correspondent I heard about. Nope. And you know what? This hateful tweet, they don't ask her about it. Everyone's talking about it. I mean, it's out there. But you get to ask Jen Psaki questions every single day, and they won't bring up this unpleasant topic.
There are some groups that are pushing new for the president to forgive all student loan debt.
She tweeted a homophobic comment about Senator Graham.
Signed a refugee executive order today.
The president has been briefed yet from Secretary Yellen's meeting this morning with financial regulators.
What is the president's view on the bill that Sandra Romney is expected to introduce today?
You see, it was
Asked
like
her every
some
question
middle
but
school
the one
seventh grade class, not to
you
go to
needed
the White
answer.
House today and ask questions of the press secretary. Lame. Remember what they used to do to Kayleigh McEnany? Every question was designed to ruin her life. Never laid a glove on her, though. Folks, I have a very vivid example today in my life about how rigged the system is and how those reporters down there do not have their eye on the ball at all. Here's something I want you to know about me. I love McDonald's. I go all the time. So after a recent trip, I tweeted about it, but I made up about 90% of the tweet, okay? Twitter's not a serious environment, right? You have fun on it. You say all kinds of stuff, right? I do. Do you? Are you on Twitter? Let me show you what I did today.
Stephen A. Smith had me kicked off
Twitter.
Twitter.
All right, there's my tweet.
He
I went
had
to
me kicked
McDonald's,
off the
and there
Twitter.
was no McFish. I love saying McFish. It's funnier than fish fillet on the menu. What the hell? When did that happen? Is it permanently banned, or is it just my local McDonald's? I demanded to see the manager. Not true. But they accused me of being a male Karen, so I walked out. I touched on some social issues, I think. I had a little bit of fun. I amused myself. Well, this tweet went like kind of super duper viral. Let me show you something here. 4 million impressions, okay? That's like a big deal. For a little while, it was trending, okay? Let's see here. World Cancer Day was #1. AOC lied. That's another story. It was #2. My McFish was #4. Greg Kelly has people confused after sharing that story. And it made news. I Huffington Post wrote about it. All right. So here's what the media were not focusing on today. Here I am, an anchor, having a little fun on Newsmax, and I know exactly what I'm doing. Meanwhile, Joe Biden, the President of the United States, goes to the State Department to make a big speech. Joe does not leave the White House very often. And guess what? Being Joe Biden, he told a big fat lie to the world.
Let's hear it.
You have great personal courage. I've been with some of you when we've been shot at.
Been shot at.
Some of you, when we've been shot at.
Like they're shooting the place up.
That's an old, tall tale. He said before, he's talking to diplomats. Some of them have been in hotspots around the world. Joe has said before that he's been shot, and he's been called out on it, shot at. Let's take a look at the headline the last time he was caught, okay? 2007. To take all the troops out, you better have helicopters ready to take those 3,000 civilians inside the green zone, where I've been 7 times and shot at. 7 times in the green zone, I believe that. And shot at? Nope. I think there's one more. He had to revise it. No one got up and ran from the room. It wasn't that kind of thing. I was near where a shot landed. Got to change the story a little bit later. Come clean, okay? But he's president now, and he's also kind of a congenital liar. We've shown you evidence of that. Anyway, that's pretty bold stuff.
Oh yeah, by there.
As soon as he said, like, I don't know when he got caught last time. You would think that would be a big story, you know, right? Biden lying. Well, let's take a look right here. A Google News search of Joe Biden at the State Department. Let's see. Joe Biden declares America is back and announces major foreign policy shift.
Not one thing about lying.
Live updates. It's all what the administration wants. Okay, all kind vanilla stories. Only one news organization wrote the story so far, the New York Post. And thank goodness for the New York Post. They also were not afraid to write about Hunter Biden's laptop. Remember that? All right, but Joe, he has a hard time with the truth. He sometimes blames it on.
Joe has a hard time with the truth, and I have a hard time ending these threads. So if you want some, come get some. That was the Shit Talkers 2.0 nightly news. Absolutely nothing going on other than me being right about Brady and being right about LeBron killing basketball. And if you don't like none of that, meet me in the comments, bunks. Because if you want some, come get some.
We'll be right back. Pastor Dershowitz was right, and he was brilliant a year ago defending President Trump in the United States Senate